Poppy's Playtime Character Backstories. Huggy Wuggy. Huggy Wuggy, otherwise known as Experiment 1170, is a toy produced by Playtime Company, who debuted in Chapter 1, A Tight Squeeze. He was last seen falling into the abyss of the factory at the end of Chapter 1. Huggy Wuggy is known for being one of Playtime Co.'s most popular toys, and for his prominent role in Chapter 1 as an antagonistic force. Huggy Wuggy is a tall, slender creature covered in thick, bright blue fur. His arms and legs are several feet in length and end in large yellow hands and feet. The hands have large Velcro straps on them, and the feet possess 4 digits including thumbs, though they are fused together and are unable to move individually, with the exception of the thumbs. His torso is stout and disproportionately small in comparison to his long limbs. His head is large and contains 2 large black dilated eyes. On his face are oversized, bright red, cartoonish lips. His monster counterpart remains largely the same, with the exception of his eyes being dilated bigger than intended, giving off a deranged and disturbing physique. Behind his lips is a maw of dozens of jagged, needle-like teeth. Closer observation of Huggy's mouth shows a secondary set of jaws located by his throat, akin to that of a moray eel. A restricted, edited tape explains the incident that occurred on June 18, 1992. On this day, Experiment 1170 managed to escape the Playtime Company factory through an open bay delivery door. 2 staff members witnessed his swift escape and sounded the alarms, alerting the company to his escape. He traveled nearly a half-mile from the factory before a retrieval team was deployed. One employee, depicted as a male adult, was seen driving through the forest in an attempt to catch up with 1170 by driving to the railroad covering most of the land around the factory. He quickly stopped when he came across a creature wandering around in the forest. In an aggressive and swift manner, Huggy rammed himself straight into their car's windshield, frightening him and resulting in him attempting to shoot Huggy with tranquilizer darts. The man successfully shot Huggy, but died by his hands in the process. After this attack, the security team began to block and surround 1170 at a railroad crossing. Catching up with Huggy, they successfully shot him with a tranquilizer round in his leg. Unfortunately, he escaped back into the forest. The security team then spread outwards using their increased search radius of 4 miles. However, their radios became unreliable as they were outside of effective zone. An unknown security worker could be seen roaming the woods at 11:34 p.m., encountering many fresh, dead deer corpses. They then heard crunching and snaps before Huggy Wuggy appeared, staring down at them ominously. It is implied that this security worker was killed, more workers went missing, and it's confirmed that 5 are dead and 6 are still unaccounted for. 4 hours after the worker was attacked, their camera was seen still recording, as Huggy Wuggy can be heard shrieking through the woods. Seconds later, it is confirmed that Huggy was caught nearly 4 hours after his escape. Leith Pierre wrote a document explaining how 1170 escaped the factory through the ventilation system, stating it was only blind luck that he was caught before being seen by anyone else. He concluded his document by saying how both he and the innovation department weren't happy regarding what had happened that night. The VHS tape ends with Huggy Wuggy looking at the camera while standing in front of a suburban house, presumed to be his foster home. This implies that the orphan soul inside Huggy was scared and wanted to return to a familiar location, though this theory hasn't been proven yet.